I put my arrangement in MuseScore at 3 a.m. and sound pretty good.
Wow.
This room is going to be gone anyways.
That's true.
That is good.
Oh my gosh.
It's Flarp. Hello, buddy.
Flarp?
No, Aubrey Masco. That's
You don't
my
know what it
seat.
means when you get slime in your
Get out of
fingers?
my
You have to
My
admit.
mother Tumblr.
Yeah, but I
my
don't give
seat.
him such
Get out of
things.
my
Yeah.
My mother
Okay,
Tumblr.
let's go. I was just saying.
Well, if you just move the tumbler, then.
Okay, get your homework out. I want to see
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Oh, it's on the other side.
Can we put each and everyone's arrangements in music form and listen to it?
Arrangement.
Or just what they wrote?
Oh, no. We are going to do that with the homework today, though. Kind of.
Wait, we're doing each and every individual person.
Well, no. But
Because I think I messed this part right up.
I don't even know. I don't even know.
Okay. So you've done some things that we need to talk about, but okay. It's done though, so that's what matters.
I tried my hardest.
Looks like you had a bad time, but it's done.
I think I did some things wrong, but also I did some half asleep. So.
You also did some things.
Yeah, but it sounds pretty.
You left out, well, that's only 3 parts. Okay, we'll talk about that.
What
You
am I
weren't
supposed to
here,
do with the
right?
flarp?
Here, give me the flarp. Give me the flarp.
What is the flarp?
Does it make fart noises?
It does.
Is this
Is
yours?
it actually?
Yes. You missed, so we're supposed to do 4-part here, not 3-part.
Did it
Hold on.
re-heart rate?
Yeah,
It will.
that's okay. We'll talk about it. All right. Okay, interesting. Yes. All right, so we will go through your homework, but I want to do some dictation things first. So go get your boards for dictation.
Dictation is stupid. You should Jedi the camera and do
I
it.
think Elijah should go get all the boards.
All I'm doing is getting hand sanitizer. I don't know what you're talking about.
Get boards.
Oh yeah, get it, I guess.
ASMR.
Can you clip that?
I'll try that. That's wonderful.
There we go.
Are we doing whiteboard stuff?
Yeah,
I gotta let my.
I will.
That was
So
juicy.
Get your whiteboards.
Go faster.
You see my music.
Your homework.
My music thingy.
Your
It
homework.
smells like grape.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
this
that
is
one. You didn't need to do that one.
Well, are we going to be doing it?
That was one that was going to be given.
Oh, that's
and you did a
real
lot of work
strong
there.
Oh,
That's like the
It
grape.
was going to be given during fall break, and I never gave it out.
That's good.
So you just got some extra practice on the thing. That's the one. And yeah, good job. You got some extra practice on it. It just makes you more prepared.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's fine. My eye, whenever I open it like wider than a little bit, it starts burning and feels like a shooting pain in my eye. That's
Sorry.
like it's not good.
You're so kind.
Probably not good.
But I don't know what to do about it because
Can you
I know
maybe
this one works.
give me?
Here, take
That's
it.
the broken one.
Now what are you talking
That's
about?
the Elijah, I know you're.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know you don't like me. Because I stabbed you in the leg in 4th grade.
No, it's not.
It's a deep
You want to hear a
root.
story? What else?
It's deep root.
Smith, you want to hear a story? So in 4th grade,
Did you really take my word?
in 4th
Where'd
grade,
my
I had
fart
this
go?
pistol, and me and Elijah were the same. Me and Elijah.
That was a good one.
I know.
I'm telling a story. Me and Elijah were in the same class, and then I took a pencil and stabbed my leg and still haven't worked.
Oh yeah.
So many years later.
I tied a child to a pole.
You should rectify that.
I'm gonna steal the Smith board
That
actually.
was 7 years ago.
No, don't steal the Smith board.
And then I cried about it.
Okay, dictation. Let's sing this, shall we? 1, 2, ready, and. One more time. 1,
F.
B flat, which is also the first note of your dictation, which is 7 notes long today.
But you told us.
I have an extra marker.
I don't know what I think about that.
Where's
I
the Huggies?
don't know that's what I
Go
am.
look in your office.
They won't be in my office.
I ate them.
No idea.
You ate them, you don't have to.
Oh man, this isn't the best of
Okay,
I will get my mom probably after.
7 notes.
day. Hey!
Here we go. 2, 3, and. First note is B flat.
Seven notes?
Yep. 1, 2, ready, and. Last time. 2, ready, and.
I like that one. Oh no, I need the Huggies.
Use your spit.
That is unsanitary.
All right, number 2. First note is E. First note is E. Here we go.
I like that.
Why did you say it like that?
Oh no.
Why did you say
Glad you liked it.
that? Because I was being pretty.
2, ready, and.
You're just having a blast.
Great day.
Smith and Miss Bailey asked me about vanilla people, and then she gave
You
me
play the 4th note.
That sounds awesome. I would love that.
1, 2, ready, and. You were wise to ask for that note in particular. But no. 1, 2, ready, and. Hmm?
I'm trying to figure out what notes are in the scale.
The first note is E.
just regular old E.
Are we allowed to have a certain name?
Well, of course.
No.
At this point, you should be able to reproduce one,
Well, I can. However, I don't have
but,
time.
you know,
However,
because you can make one, it would be difficult for me to tell you not to
That's
have
true.
one, because you could always just make one yourself.
That's true.
1, 2, ready, and. One, 2, last time, and. Change the rhythm, man. Change the rhythm. Surprise.
That is so
1, 2,
neat.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, I might.
I do.
Okay. 4, 4. 3 measures. 4, 4.
No.
3.
children.
Smith, your brain cells gone. What are you doing, Easy One?
Wish.com on the floor. I'm looking.
She just took my personal property.
Wait, it's the same
Reckon
You're
that's
not my mom.
She's keeping you from being distracted. I endorse this behavior. Here we go.
It's funny.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Wait, you didn't give us the
Oh, it's
4-4.
Yeah, it
Is it?
Did he?
is. 4-4.
I wasn't
I
listening.
said all the things. Check the tape. 3 measures, 4, 4.
Okay. Wait, can you do it again? My
Yes.
bad.
Is top half breast or?
Hat,
Yeah, I don't remember what.
half. Whole is a whole.
Wait, is it top or bottom? I forgot.
I just asked.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Wait.
Make sure you're taking exactly my tempo, or you might have a bad time. 1, 2, 3, 4.
That sounds like whenever you try to call a dog and you like click your tongue. You know what I'm talking about?
Wait, why would you do that while calling for a dog? You whistle for a dog.
No, I think that's my dog.
That's for kids.
Last time. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, but you said there was 4 measures.
I said 3 measures of 4,
Oh,
4.
okay.
3 measures of 4, 4.
Okay. Well,
Okay, let's do, I like that 12-8 that we did before. Let's do some 12-8 again. I'm digging it.
4-4, great.
Triplet style, 4, 4.
How many measures?
Let's do 3 measures of that as well.
Oliver, you were squeaky.
You erased my smiley face.
Yeah, I know I did.
That
This
was
is
like,
probably-
that, I was being
Mhm.
nice.
You're never
It
nice
was a
to me.
smile.
You're never nice to me.
Hey, that's because you stabbed me 7 years ago.
I did.
Our voice is the contest.
So did I,
1,
man.
2, 3, 4.
This one, we don't have to write all 3 on top of it.
You do not. It is implied since
Okay, yeah.
it's in 12-8. If it were in 4, 4 and I played the exact same thing,
You'd
you
have
would
to.
need to, because it would not be,
So,
right, it wouldn't be felt in triplets. But
Okay.
this is felt in triplets automatically.
okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, man. One, 2, 3, 4. The goat is speaking to me. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I ran out of space, so I just put it.
Last time. 1, 2, 3, 4.
What's your favorite piece of like spooky music?
Is that wrong?
That's
Yeah, we
terrifying.
listened to a bunch of them the
What?
other day.
Yeah.
What's
Are
terrifying?
you listening to a bunch of music today?
No, we did that a couple days ago.
But it was fun.
Did you listen to Slipknot?
I mean, we could have listened to more, yes, but My favorite piece of spooky music. We actually didn't listen to the scariest piece that.
We should today.
Oh, the one screaming.
Can we
Can we listen to the scary song?
We should before we
We
start.
didn't listen to Threnody, which you've heard before. Christopher has heard the Threnody. Are you just?
He's just leaving.
You better not.
Yeah!
Oh, you gave me
Yeah!
Let's go.
Let's keep the fart noises to a minimum, please. Not a maximum, a minimum.
It's bubbly.
Next time I put it in the
Maximum was like so much farts. So that minimum is like every minute.
Okay, here we go. Number 1.
Oh, right. Wait, those are intervals?
Do it one more time.
Number the next one.
I put another one.
Next and last one. I'm sorry, I'm playing that wrong. I'm sorry. Ignore that one.
Oh.
There we go. Sorry. I blame my lack of huggies.
We don't have hugs.
Maybe something away.
That's 3, right? This last one was 3.
Okay, next. Chord types. That's right.
Okay.
Our favorite.
Are you gonna give us options this time?
No, they're all possible.
Oh, dude, you're breaking it.
How many?
4.
No.
Y'all, that's the reason we don't have any markers.
Yeah.
Okay, here's your first chord.
Wins.
Thank you.
Number 2. Number the next one.
I don't know if that exists.
The last one.
Can you
One more time.
stop?
Okay, chord progressions. There will not be anything insane in this one. There won't be any like secondary dominant 5 of 5 kind of things, okay? Just because I introduced that to you as a concept doesn't mean I'm ready to like make you do that sort of stuff. That would
Why
be
don't you say that and then make us do that?
There'll be 5 chords.
We should do negative harmony.
I have special issues.
You should.
No.
Jacob Collier taught me that word with his rainbow clock.
As he does. Ooh, that's gonna be a little spicier than maybe I would do. Let's not quite go that spicy. Might be too
Aubrey has to
too
do
mean.
it.
Yeah. That's gonna be nicer.
No,
Okay.
Mariah has to do that.
What key is this gonna be in? Let's put this in the key of. This key I haven't done in a while. E flat. Yeah, let's do E flat.
Flat.
Is that what you're starting with?
I can still your
No, that's the key.
entire identity.
Yeah.
I didn't say that that's, you know,
Major, E flat major.
E flat.
What is
Major.
it?
You will have to figure out
It's
things like
Oh.
that yourself.
Will the first chord be E flat?
You will have to figure things like that out yourself. You don't need perfect pitch.
I think I do.
I don't have any pitch.
Where's this?
I have a picture of teeth.
Use your skills, friends. You've got skills, use them. Okay.
I feel like I don't.
I will tell you, here's the key of E flat. Let's sing it. 2, we're ready, and. That's all I get. Okay.
So it's major.
All right, here we go.
Don't make assumptions.
Okay, well that's not very major to me.
Oh, how do I want to voice that? Let's do it this way. Now, can I repeat that voicing? That's going to be the question.
We'll find out.
We'll find out. That's correct. I can. And I did.
Wait.
Use your skills. Here we go. Oops. Oops. I cannot. Sorry. Yes. I will play the bass line for you. Oof, sorry. One more play of that. Here's all the chords from the last time. Yes, sorry, forgot for a second. Okay, that's it. Let's go back and see how you did on dictation. E flat, F, B flat. Okay,
Say it one
not
more
bad. B flat, A, G, F, E flat, F, B flat.
Oh, I missed.
Do, ti, la, so, fa, so, do.
I missed one. Or not about it.
Okay, we did it a couple times ago. Descending lines like this are always trickier for me to hear. But we need to do them to get better. So B flat, A, G, F, E flat, F, B flat, do, ti, la, so, fa, so, do. The so, do at the end is really prominent. Okay? All right, next.
It sounds like great. E, F sharp.
E, F sharp,
E,
E, G,
A,
A, B, E, got it.
That's right.
E, F sharp, E, G, A, B, E. What key is this in?
E. No.
E
Minor.
minor. This is an E minor. Do, re, do, me, so, sorry, fa, so, do. There is exactly one note that would allow you to know it's the fourth note that I played. F sharp might have told you, but it's that note. It's the third of the chord, which happened to be on the fourth note. And that's the only thing that made it minor. If I would have done this, that makes it major. I only changed one note. I changed G natural to G sharp, right? Major would have been very different sounding, right? It's crazy. One half step in one place completely changes the character. That third is hugely important. All right, dictation, rhythmic stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nothing, 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 nothing. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3.
Yeah.
And 3 is the last measure. Okay. The reason why, if you weren't counting exactly with me, you might have interpreted that entire blank measure as maybe not being entirely blank. You might try to put an eighth note or something in there. There's not. So you have to really make sure that you're locked into time. Okay. So nothing, 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 nothing. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and sorry, I changed that. And 3. Almost died. Okay, rhythm, the second one. 1 lolly, 2 lolly, 3 lee 4. 1 lee 2 lee 3 lee 4. Nothing, nothing. 3 lolly, 4 lolly. Pretty easy, right? The big trick in there is, can you recognize 1 lee 2 lee 3 lee 4?
That's my favorite rhythm.
So quarter, eighth quarter, eighth dotted quarter. Is the way that I wrote it, at least. You could have written that somehow differently. You could have gone eighth note, eighth rest, eighth note. That seems silly, but you could have. It's technically the same rhythm. It's just sort of obnoxious to write.
That is what I did, and I felt like there was a better way to do it.
There is quarter, eighth quarter, eighth quarter, eighth quarter. You're not wrong, right? It's just not like the easiest way to write it.
It's just hard to look.
Yes.
And you want to smell the flour?
I sure don't.
It
Okay.
smells like grape.
You say grape?
Yeah, like actually.
Yeah, you make sure you, anyway. D to E is the answer here, which is a what?
Ascending line, major second.
An ascending major second. Okay.
Yeah.
Next was
Descending major third.
Perfect 4?
descending perfect 4.
Oh.
Yup.
I was an octave right.
1, 2, 3. Do, re, mi, fa, fa, do. Right?
I hear it now.
Yep. Related.
Ascending perfect fourth.
Perfect fit.
Oh.
Ascending
Let's go.
perfect fit. Whatever helps you get it. I don't care. I'm glad you got it. So, yeah. Okay, next we had this. Sing do. Sing me. This is the wrong key.
Which one are we at?
So. What is this?
Seven.
7. F7.
I thought we were on the chord progression.
Nope.
Ask you if there was a 7.
Well, that's what you have to be able to hear. Now, the skill that you need to develop here is being able to isolate each of the notes. Right? You need to be able to hear this and hear do, mi, so, te.
So it's a major set?
It's a major 7, just a 7. It's a major minor 7, technically, but a dominant 7, or just a 7. What I have written on my board here is F7. So that's F, A, C, E flat. Okay. Next. Sing do. You're not all singing the same note. Sing do. Ready? And go. There's do. There's me. May, I should say. What is this?
Minor.
Just minor. A minor triad. E minor, but you don't need that part. It's E minor. E, G, B. Okay?
That was so great.
G augmented because how many notes did I just play? I played 4 notes.
So it's a minor seven.
Minor
Minor major seven.
We don't do minor major sevens. So as soon as you hear a minor triad with a 7th, it has to be minor minor 7, right?
Yeah, that's what I was doing. When
We
I
don't do
started
minor
to
majors.
this.
So G, B flat, G, F. Minor minor 7, G minor minor 7. And then the last one, the one that you all made funny faces at, it's not diminished. It's augmented. Yeah, they're trying to.
I did not.
That's A augmented. A, C sharp, E sharp. Cool. Chord time, or chord progression time.
Yeah.
In the key of E flat major. This was, this is the 2 chord.
It's 2.
Five.
So I started to put that.
What's this? 3rd chord? 1.
Because the last one was.
Then we've got
5.
4.
And then the last one was 1.
1. So, it's 2, 5, voiced, not like that. That's it. 5, 1, 4, voiced like that. A, so it's F minor, B flat major, E flat major, A flat major, E flat major. The bass line told you everything you needed. F, B flat, E flat, A flat, E flat. You might get it?
I got
bits
I
and pieces.
switched the 4 and
I
I
got
got all
all
the
that. It was
four.
like.
didn't get
Yeah.
one
So
right.
when the thing.
I missed them.
All good.
Sure. I'll tell you, especially for those of you who are in jazz band, getting used to this sound. I'll play it this way for now. That's 2, 5, 1.
I think we're all in jazz.
2, 5, 1s are like your boy. Okay, they happen all the time in jazz. And so the sound of a 2, 5, 1, a minor 2 to 5 and 1, is like a big deal. If you're gonna play piano in a jazz band, like the biggest thing I would have somebody who wants to get really good at it to do would be step 1, play 2, 5, 1 in all 12 keys. To do minor 2, 5, 1, and figure out the voices for it in all 12 keys. Because like it just happens all the time. So that sound gets really ingrained in your ear and it sticks out like a thumb. Every time I hear it, I can just like pick it out. I can't play it necessarily, but I can pick it out. Anyway, questions about any of that stuff?
You need a cadet teacher.
I don't need a cadet teacher in here because that just means you're not making copies all the time. That's no fun. It's no way to live your life.
In general,
I do that.
If you do, we have to talk to Miss. What's her name?
So, I'm going to give you your homework for today. We're going to go through your so we're going to review your homework for today. No, let me say that again. We're going to work through your homework today first, then we're going to go back and check yesterday's homework. And you'll see why. So we're going to start with some new stuff first, then we'll go back and hit
Yesterday and fall break.
old stuff. Yeah, the stuff that you did unnecessarily.
What did you do?
She did more homework than she needed to. Okay. So, and as we go through the things that we're about to go through, you will see some of the mistakes that you made on your homework today. Because it's kind of my fault. I should have probably told you some of the things that are happening.
But Mr. Smith, it sounded pretty.
It sounds pretty.
It sounds
It sounds so pretty.
Ooh.
We used to pay with rules. Use them
Oh,
guys.
All right, so we are going to do the first 3 of these together. Then the last 9 will be your homework for next time. So we're going to do 1, 2, and 3 together. Then the last 9 will be your homework for today, due on Tuesday. By the way, all of you are going to be going to
Where are you learning? Yeah, when are you learning day?
When?
Oh wait, no, it's on Monday. Sorry, it's on Monday. Because Monday, we have class on Monday. We'll be coming out of the jazz band thing.
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
We have a jazz band.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Don't.
Like,
Jamie Ebersol.
Oh, I think
He
I'm
Talk
good.
about
Okay, so let's start with going through this together. So the instructions here are really simple. It's giving you the soprano and the bass line, and it's telling you the chords. So it's giving you a huge amount of information. Your job is to fill in the alto and the tenor lines. Now, the thing that I should have told you last class, and I did not tell you this, because I was trying to avoid lots and lots of rules. You cannot make new bass notes.
What?
The tenor always has to stay above the bass, and the
Oh.
alto always has to stay below the soprano.
What are you giving us a soprano and bass?
Yeah, because I didn't know
Right.
if they gave us the tenor or the
Because like that just
Right,
seems like a
I know, and they
big
didn't say that
option.
explicitly. So that's why I'm telling you this time that you have to write what are called the inner voices, the voices that stay in between the soprano and the bass. What they were giving you on yesterday's homework was also the soprano and the bass, and you had to fill in alto and tenor. But the instructions and my instructions did not explicitly tell you that. So those of you who wrote in new bass notes,
Yeah.
cool, but
Sounded
not.
nice.
I'm sure it did sound nice,
Did it for them.
but
Oh, you did
you needed to stay inside the lane, as it were. So another way to think about this is the soprano and bass parts are the soprano and bass parts, and you have to stay in between them. They're the two pieces of bread, and you get to put a piece of, filling, a meat, and some other thing in there. Okay?
Mayonnaise.
You can choose.
That's a sauce, not a
Lard.
soup.
The smart option obviously would be mayonnaise and mayonnaise.
No! That's what the alto line is.
Double tomatoes.
Mayonnaise.
So we're gonna do this together. So I've got
Mayonnaise an instrument?
the first one up here already written for us. So this has the bass and soprano part already written. So let's give it a little listen. Ooh, that's quiet. I'm gonna keep it as a projector too. It's supposed to be a voice.
It sounded like an organ.
It did. Okay, here we go. Yep, that was it. Enjoy. I hope you liked that.
Well, they really sing like
Uh,
this. This is
okay.
so churchy that they even sing like an organ.
Indeed, they.
Why are we going so fast?
Well, it's because I haven't changed the tempo. I guess I could put a slow tempo in here. Let's do it. Let's go, Sibelius. What you got? Adagio? What you got for adagio? Adagio? Good choice.
25.
Is it on here? Like,
I feel like that should.
It's usually like 65 to 70, something like that. It depends. There's a
They
range.
should go.
Now, even if that's what you want, too bad. This is what it is.
Ah.
So, we have to fill in stuff. So let's start by figuring out the notes that we need to add. So we're in the key of G minor. It already told us that.
Is this on?
What? Spell a 1 chord in G minor. Go.
Wait, is this?
G, B flat, D.
Yes, G, B flat, D. Okay, you got it. It's okay. You got to be quick on those triads.
Is this number 1?
This is number 1. So what I would do immediately is above, I would write G, B flat, D, because those are the notes that need to be in a G minor triad.
Yeah, you know you should.
Now, this says a 1/6 chord. What is a 1/6 chord supposed to be? First inversion, what should be in the bass?
Flat.
B flat should be in the bass. Is B flat in the bass?
Yeah.
Now look at that. So the homework didn't done goof. Good job, homework.
yay.
Now, we've got a B flat and we've got a D. What note are we missing?
G.
We are missing a G, so we definitely have to have a G. Why do we definitely have to have a G?
Because
That's
that's
like
the
the-
chord.
that's-
It's the root. It is the name of the chord. You always are going to need the root. Okay, so we can choose either to have that the alto or the tenor. We'll choose one of those in a moment.
Choose the
Tenor.
alto.
Tenor.
No,
Uh,
I mean the tenor's
Yeah.
Well,
the above.
Tenor's the bass clef.
it can be either way.
Altos and the soprano.
I don't want.
Do we want to put
Altos
it
and
in
tenor.
here? Do we want to put it in
Altos
the
and-
tenor?
I want to put
No.
it.
No, I want to put it in the alto.
Put, yes, put it in
No,
tenor.
let's put
I
it
keep
in
getting
the
mixed up.
alto.
Between tenor
All
and
right,
bass
put it in the
clef.
alto.
I want on the tenor voice bass clef.
Why would you put it
Preston, are you good?
That's not very intense.
Oh, I forgot that it does this. Sometimes Sibelius does kind of stupid. This is going to look correct, but it's going to sound the tenor line down an octave. Just don't worry about it. Okay, so we want this to be in the alto, you said? Sure, let's put that in the alto.
No.
No,
Yeah.
it is.
Only Ray-
Everyone else wants it? What? You all? Okay, show of hands. Who says alto? Who says tenor? Who doesn't care? Well, I guess tenor wins. Okay. So that means that what does the alto need to be?
It needs like a B.
It has to be a B flat. Why does it have to be B flat?
Because they have to have 2 of the basements.
You don't have to. I like where your
But
brain's
most-
at.
Well, that's what it says in the homework. Double the roots of the triads.
But roots of the triad
I mean, like,
is
it's not the base.
right. So G is the root of the triad.
But double the base, because the base is the lowest note.
It is. And if you can, it's not a terrible choice to do that. But you don't have to always do that. That's what they want you to do for this one. It's not necessarily what it wants you to do for this one for reasons. Why can it not be D?
Because he's the highest.
Because we already have a D, it's in the soprano, right? And yes, you can double it, but we don't really want to, let's not start by doubling things because it's going to make stuff really difficult since the soprano line goes down to the next note, right? So our best option here is B flat. It is possible that we could put a G there, but let's put it on B flat now and just see how we move. Okay?
I'm lost somehow.
Well, to have a nice fully voiced chord, we've got a B flat, G, B flat, D. If we, right?
Yeah.
Now I'm writing this in 4 parts. You need to make sure that you write yours so the alto is stemmed down. By the way, in looking through your homework too, I didn't teach you this and I should have.
On the C, it can go either way.
Okay.
Anything above the C goes up, anything below the C goes down.
You start by drawing yourself a little squiggle like that. If it goes down, the stem attaches here. If it goes up, the stem attaches here. No.
Oh, I did that.
I did too.
Also no.
I also did that.
Different no.
I did that.
These
Well,
are
they fail us
the,
on those.
yes, actually. Yes.
They'll fail you for that?
Yes.
What if they just
It's
put a
considered literacy. It's like saying, oh, here, I'm going to draw you an A.
Oh.
That's the letter A. We put it upside down. Uh-huh.
You can still read it though.
upside down.
So when the stem is down, it is on the left side.
This is the way they look.
Or is it
Stem up, stem down.
It's in the middle.
Those are literally the only options.
Okay, so what if we just
What
draw
if
a
I put it
circle?
right in the middle?
Yeah. If you just draw a whole note, then you just slap a whole note on. There's no stem
like,
on
well,
it.
like, what if it's filled in?
Then it's a quarter note,
Yeah, exactly. So
like that, so it needs a stem. No, that's fine. You're being diligent. So yes, it matters. If you're unsure, look at the homework and just draw it the way it looks on the homework.
Well, I did not do that on the other one.
How do you know if it's stem up or stem down? If it's above the middle line,
Put blood on your home.
stem down.
You stab.
If it's below the middle line, then you can choose either way.
Middle line is C.
If it's the middle line, so, well, middle line, so the middle line meaning this line, D in bass clef, or this line, B in treble
I
clef.
used to have
Yep.
I had it for a day.
Okay, so
And then
let's see how we go with our next chord. What is the 4 chord in G minor? Go, 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 go! What is the 4 chord? C. Uh-huh. So,
Not G.
but this says it's a minor 4 chord, so what is it supposed to be, just to make sure?
C, E flat G.
C, E flat G, because it's C minor, right? So the 4 chord in G minor is C minor. That makes sense. 4 chords in minor keys are minor. So we need a C, E flat, and a G. It has 6 though, so it's a 4/6 chord. What does that 6 mean again?
It's going to be a first inversion to the E flats and the bass.
There you go. Good. Got your inversions figured out.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, so we've got E flat and we've got C. What are we missing?
G.
G. Hey, 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 hey,
We could just keep,
hey.
we could just keep the number.
What's that called when we keep a note?
Common something. I have it in my notes.
Common tone. Common tone. It's called a common tone. Is common tone lazy?
Yes.
Sure is. Is common tone the best way to do it?
Yes.
Also, yes. Just because it happens to be the laziest thing to do doesn't mean it's wrong. In fact, I would argue makes it even better. Okay, so we've got this. Cool. So our bass has gone up, our soprano's taken a step down, that's all pretty chill. What do we need to probably do with our alto friend here?
E flat.
Take it down.
Okay, that's a fatty jump.
Maybe just
Take it to
put
the
it on
G.
C.
The G.
C,
No, the G.
G, okay.
It's for
If we
alto?
put it on G, that means that we've jumped down a little bit, but it's a jump of a third, or jumps
Yeah, I
of
guess-
thirds
I
bad.
want the B flat.
No.
They're not bad. They're not like the best, but they're not terrible. They happen. It's not a big deal. Okay, so far this is looking all right. This is okay. A 2 diminished 6.
Oh.
What is the 2 chord in G minor?
A.
A what?
Flat.
Not A flat.
A minor.
It's not A minor.
Well, it's
It's
A diminished.
A diminished. Spell A diminished.
A, C, flat, E flat.
Not C flat.
A,
C flat.
A C E flat. It's from the key signature as well. It's diatonic chord.
Yeah.
A, C, E flat. Okay? It says 6, which is what? What is 6 again?
C is the bass.
Okay, because what part of the, it's first inversion, which means what part of the chord is in the bass?
The third is in
The third is in the bass. Okay? So we've got a C in the bass, it's correct. So we need to have a C up here at the top. Oh man, we've already doubled
Yep.
that. So we absolutely have to use the other 2 note options.
A and E flat.
A and E flat. Well, what makes the most sense to put where?
Alto goes A.
I think that makes the most
E
sense.
flat
And
again.
then our tenor voice goes down to E flat.
Yep.
I think that makes good sense as well. I'll raise it up an octave whenever we're done because that is so turbo bassy. Okay. All right. So far, this is looking okay. Nothing scary. Then a 5 chord in G. What is the 5 chord in G?
It's
D.
But it's going to have what in it?
F and A. But like.
It's going to have what in it?
Oh.
What's it going to have in it? It's going to have a non-diatonic note.
Oh.
What is the non-diatonic note going to be? Tell me.
What?
It has to be a 5 chord, and 5 chords have to be major.
The leading?
Has an F sharp.
It has an F sharp in it, the leading
Oh.
tone, right?
Yeah.
So it has to be spelled D, F sharp, A, which means you're going to have to put an accidental. You have to put a sharp in there. You have to. It doesn't tell you that. You have to know that. All right. In its root position, so we have D in the bass and an A up top. What do we need to have?
F sharp for tenor. I
F
think.
sharp makes good sense because we're already kind of there, right? Let's put an F sharp on that boy.
You could do an F sharp. Would you do an
Okay.
F sharp with the alto as well?
You could. I would argue a better option would be
Maybe
a common tone, yeah. And you might say, well, wait a second, why is that a better option? Well, jumping it down to an F sharp
A.
seems,
It's weird.
yeah,
'Cause
it's
they're
kind of
not-
strange. I think this is your best way to go. Let's give a listen. Okay, so it's a little weird, but I dig this. Now,
Sounds scary.
let's talk about some really basic rules. Like I said, last time I didn't want to put a whole bunch of rules onto you.
Do we need to write down the
I would start a page. So let's do that. Let's get out your notes. And let's start a list that is going to be added to a lot of the rules. Okay? We've already got a couple of
I'm
them.
just gonna start with that.
I would, and that's not a terrible idea. At the very top of it, write part writing rules in large, aggressive letters.
Can I ask something about topic?
Sure.
What note is a toilet flush?
Depends on the toilet.
I don't know. Recently, like, if you yelling at me to ask you that.
I mean, get a tuner or a piano and go to the bathroom and flush your toilet.
It's like a golden.
Roll the whole piano in there.
I'll be back.
I don't think that matters.
Like a gold toilet or steel.
We're gonna go find-
Okay. So, you're missing a hugely important
Chris,
thing
I
here.
can
But
take
you know,
notes
whatever.
for
If you
you.
gotta go to the bathroom, you gotta
I can
do
take the notes for you.
So let's talk about our most basic rules that we already have before we add some. The one that we just learned, parts can't go above soprano or below bass, right? Alto can't go above soprano. Tenor can't go below bass. Related, alto and tenor should never cross. Meaning the alto part shouldn't go underneath the tenor part, because then what is really the alto part?
Tenor.
It's really just the tenor part, right? If you think about that, it makes sense. And the tenor should never go above the alto, because if it does, it just really became the alto part, right?
Let's make singers uncomfortable.
Right. Ah, oh. Why are the girls way down here, and why are the guys screaming above them? Now that is a stylistic choice. If you do a lot of gospel stuff, that does happen actually, where the tenor line is like usually written above the altos. But that's a stylistic thing, okay? That's not common practice. Okay. Next big rule, leading tone, always go up. T, go up. That's important. It might be important here. Importante. It always goes up. You better have a freaking good reason for it not to.
How about?
Because I didn't want.
Not good enough. Okay. So those are the two big ones that we covered last time. Well, one I should have covered last time and one we did actually cover last time. I mentioned some words to you, but I didn't fully explain what they meant. So let's talk about parallels. No parallel fifths and no parallel octaves. So I'll explain what that means. A parallel octave does not mean that the parts jump an octave together, okay? For a long time, the first time I took and failed theory, that's what I thought, and might be a big part of the reason why I failed, okay? Instead, it means notes that are an octave apart in any two voices can't go to the next note and still be an octave apart. So I'll explain it to you this way. Yeah, So here, I'll show you on here, and then I'll...
I need to look down.
So let's say, you see how the bass line here goes from B flat? So let's say that our sopranos started on B flat. And see how the basses jump to E flat? If the sopranos also went to E flat, that's parallel octave.
That's
Because the sopranos and basses start on the same note, which is fine. You can have the same note doubled in voices. That's no big deal. But they end also on the same note, in E flat and in E flat.
There's just
That,
like variety to it.
exactly. It's kind of boring. It also makes it hard to sing. So parallel octaves, that's what they look like. Okay? Bad. Bad, 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 bad. Knob. You don't want them. So this is a knob. They don't have to go up, by the way. They can also go down. So if this was B flat and dropped to E flat like that, and this went down to E flat, that's also parallel octaves.
That's bad.
Bad. Now this one is in between soprano and bass. Doesn't have to be. It can be in between any four voices. Soprano and alto. Alto and tenor. Tenor and bass. Alto and bass, right? Like there's lots of permutations there. But any of those are all bad. The easiest ones to spot are soprano and bass. The hardest ones to spot are usually like alto to bass, or hard to spot, or tenor to soprano, or hard to spot. Those are the ones I always miss. But you can't. Okay, so just don't do it. Octaves are not too bad. The sneaky ones are parallel fifths. So again, we've got a B flat down here in our bass. Let's say that, even though it's the wrong chord, let's say we had an F here. Now, you wouldn't have it in this particular chord because there's no F in this chord, but let's just go with it for the minute, okay? So that means that we have a B flat to an F. That's a perfect fifth. That's an interval of a perfect fifth, right? Now the bass part went to a E flat. Well, what's a fifth above E flat? B flat. Let's put them right here. They would hate this, but it's fine. So basses are going from B flat to G. Sopranos are going from F to B flat. There is a perfect fifth in between these two, and a perfect fifth in between these two. That's parallel fifths.
Can we turn this to piano?
No.
Are you getting annoyed by it?
You can't have, it's the exact same idea as octaves, except instead of being an octave apart, they're a perfect fifth apart.
Okay, hold on.
Yep, take your time and write it. Octaves is the easiest to understand, right? Because, hey, it's an octave and an octave, right? F to F, so there's two Fs, and they both jump to C. Bad, okay? Harder to spot is an F and a C jumping to an F and a G. That's also, those are parallel perfect fifths. Now, in certain styles of music, parallel fifths are like the literal everything. If you're writing for big band, like jazz big band, perfect fifths are everywhere. Like interval, like parallel fifths are like the sound. They sound awesome, like especially when you put it between like the tenor, sax and trombones, and you voice it that way. It actually sounds like really cool. And it's a big part of the sound of a big band. But Bach didn't write for big band, right? So, and especially in choirs, you don't have perfect fifths in choirs because they're very hard to sing. Bands have buttons, right? And buttons make a lot of things possible that shouldn't be possible with a voice. So sure, in jazz, parallel fifths are not a big deal, but that's not what we're writing, okay? So no parallel fifths, no parallel octaves.
So basically like jazz theory is just like everything you've just learned.
Break it. That's correct. And also add a bunch of really insane things to it. But that's why we always start here, and then we specialize out of it.
Did you take jazz theory?
Sort of. I took a jazz history class that got into some of that sort of stuff. So it was an exceptional class. Like, it's one of the best classes I ever took was jazz history. It was freaking amazing. It was taught by a very intimidating guy who just knew. Like, you could give him, hey, what year was Dave Brubeck's Out of Time recorded? Oh, okay, it was 1957. Who was the bass player? Oh, it's this. Tell me the rest of the band. Oh, it's this and this and this and this and this. He'd do that for like hundreds of albums. Tell you when it was recorded and who played on it. Like, not just like the main person, but who all the side people were.
So
Yeah, scary.
How could he do that?
Because he was one of those kind of people. Like, you meet people sometimes who just like know things, and you're like, ooh, you're a scary one. He was one of those kinds. It's like, oh boy, you just know things.
To me, that's what you are.
Oh, no. You might think that's what I am. I've seen that, okay? It ain't me. I'm glad you think that about me, but it's not true. Good Lord. I know what I know. I don't know everything.
You know things.
I know things, but I don't know things like that. Okay, that's way more complicated than I know.
School version.
Okay.
The high school room.
Kroger brand, thank you. All right. So no parallel fifths, no parallel octaves. Are we cool with those things? All right. Let's see. Then don't frustrate the leading tone. Do we need? There's 1,000 more rules, but I don't want to add them yet. Okay.
Okay.
How did you feel about the first one here?
Good.
Pretty chill.
Wait, first one.
The first one that we just did together.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Let's go and do the second one. I already have prepared it in the oven for us. Now we're in the key of A major. Let's give a listen to our soprano and bass line. I expect it to be just extraordinary. Ah, wrong key. Okay, jump to the wrong one. So, nice and boring. Key of A major. What is the 5 chord in A major? Go, 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 go. E major. Spell E major.
E, G sharp.
Which one are we?
B. E, G sharp, B.
Oh!
Okay?
Wait, no, wait, are you sure? Yes, you are sure. Why wouldn't you be sure?
Okay, so right above or wherever, above that 5 chord, write E, G sharp, B. Get into the habit of doing it this way, by the way, because it makes sure that you can't leave out a voice. Okay? And yes, there's a G sharp diatonically in the key signature already, but still make sure you write it that way, huh? And its root position, right? There's no inversion symbol, so it's just 5 chord. We've got an E, and we already got a G sharp. What do we need?
B.
We need B. Cool. Where do we want to put B? We get to choose.
In the tenors.
Yeah.
Put it in the tenors? All right, you put it in the tenors. That seems
Everything.
fine. Okay. Now, what do we want to put in the alto part?
Absolutely nothing.
Don't sing altos. Not an option.
E?
I think E is far and away the best choice. So this isn't a rule, this is just a thing. If you get like kind of free choice, you're never going to be bad to double the root. Doubling the root is never a bad choice.
Isn't that what I put up to do now?
It did.
I think.
What the thing is that you don't have to double the root. It's just never going to be bad to do so. You don't have to do it. But if you have a chance to do it and like it doesn't really matter, you don't know if there's going to be a problem or not yet, you're going to be okay just to start with that. Maybe you have to go back and change it. We haven't had an opportunity that we have to go back and change something because we've done goofed. It will happen. You will run into a situation where you're like, oh, this just doesn't work. How do we fix it? Go back and start again. It will happen, I promise. It'll probably happen on this one, maybe the next one, depending on how we voice this. All right, so we got a 5 chord, right? We've got E, we've got a G sharp, we got a B, and then we've doubled the E. We doubled the root in the alto. That's pretty chill. Okay, now we got a 1 chord. What's a 1 chord in A major? Go, 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 go!
A, C sharp, E.
A, C sharp, E. We've got a 1/6 chord, so what needs to be in the bass?
C sharp.
C sharp, the 3rd of the chord, right? Has to be in the bass. There's our C sharp. It's that. Cool. Then we've got an A up there in soprano land. What do we need?
E.
E. Hey, look. Hey, look. Hey, look.
Common tone.
Common tone those altos. That's right. Now we're talking alto parts. All right. What do we want to do with our basses?
Put it down. I
Don't we
play
already
it.
do tenor?
Our tenor. Sorry, our tenors.
Put it down.
Just kill it.
I would say go to A.
Yeah.
Go
Wait,
down.
what?
So we can go down, but let's just take a casual little look here for a second. What's the interval between E and that note, that B?
It's a perfect.
It's a perfect 5.
Oh, so this is that perfect.
We need to be careful, right? Because these notes are already a 5th apart.
Wait, I'm
Then
confused.
put it up.
No, it's okay. We just need to be careful because where can we not end up with our tenor voice?
Below.
A 5th above the C. We cannot have it end on a G because then it'd be parallel perfect 5ths. But that's not where we're going, is it?
No, we're going down.
We're going to an A. Can we do that?
Yeah.
Perfect. No,
It's a perfect, it's a 6, right? It's a major 6.
Okay.
So this is okay. This is okay. All right, so far, this is fine. Let's see what happens here. Hey, look, a 5/6, but we already have a 5 chord from before. What's a 5 chord in A major? Go, 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 go.
E, G sharp, B.
E, G sharp, B. First inversion, what needs to be in the bass? G sharp in the bass, which you already have. All right. Hey, altos.
Stay in
Good little altos. Don't move. Just sing the same thing over and over again. Like all alto parts.
You know what I hate doing alto? Sometimes when I was on flute, you play the alto part for crowd.
Uh-huh.
Stupid.
Uh-huh. Well, but now you understand why.
But
Like,
it's still stupid.
yeah, but it has to be that way sometimes.
It does not. You're just people being lazy.
Okay. I am commentating it lazy. All right. So what should we have this be? B? So it just goes up and down again?
Yeah.
I mean, that's all right. It's a little boring, but you know. Ooh, hold on. A problem has arisen.
Arisen. Arise.
It's a perfect fit. And it's an option.
Erosion.
There is an octave. There is a perfect octave hiding in here. Where?
It's the B.
Between tenors and sopranos. Hey, look. A to B. Hey, look. A to B.
Oh.
And we can't change the soprano line, so it means we have to change the tenor line. Where do the tenors need to go?
Down.
Down to what?
A.
I would say E. No.
E?
No. No.
Well, let's talk about, what's the other option? Let's talk about why that.
It's a B. My. No. It can go to B, right?
It can't go to a B because then it's perfect octave.
Oh, well, I mean,
So what's the other option?
C.
G sharp, right? So we can go down to a G sharp. So let's talk about what's up with this. Does that lead to anything bad here in bass line? We already talked about this. What is C to that high A? What interval is that?
K to the space time. I think he wants to say time.
Okay, let's see how. That's a major 6, yeah.
Hi, Kaden.
Hi, Kaden. Good to see you, dude.
How's New York?
I just wanted to say hi. I am listening to the tour guide right now, and Horton will yell at me very loud if I do on my phone.
Okay.
Okay, bye, Kaden.
Bye, Kaden.
Bye, dear
Hi,
Jen.
Kaden. Wait, what was he doing?
He's on a tour guide right now.
Oh.
A guided tour. Okay, so this is a major 6. Does it matter if this is going to be a perfect 5th or not? If this is a major 6?
Who to what?
If this is already a major 6 between tenor and bass, does it matter if this is a perfect 5th or not? No, because you can't have parallel perfect 5ths if you don't have a perfect 5th,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
So and this is not a perfect 5th. This is a major 3rd. But even still, at least we don't have to worry about it. Okay, so this is okay. This is fine. Have it go down to G sharp. Does everybody understand why we can't have the tenor line go up to B?
Because then it's not.
Because it'd be a parallel perfect octave.
For losing you, right?
Okay, and then our last thing, a 1 chord. What's a 1 chord in A major? Go, 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 go. A, C sharp, E. Okay, we got an A in the bass and a C sharp up here. Hey, altos! You haven't moved the whole time. Perfect. You just sing an E the whole time. All right, but what does it mean the basses need to go to?
Tenors go to.
Or tenor, sorry.
Can they go up to E? I mean, to a C sharp?
There's no B in an A major.
Can they go up to a C sharp?
They could. That's kind of up there. Let's try to move them stepwise. Is there a stepwise place for them to go?
They can go to E.
They could go down to E. Yeah. Where else could they? That's not stepwise.
They can go up A.
They go up to A, right? That's a stepwise motion, right? Does that lead to any problems?
Probably not. Yeah.
Oh, wait a second. Look, we have a G sharp in the bass
Oh.
and an A, and then a G sharp and an A. So this cannot be this. What does it need to go to instead? It needs to go to E. Okay? So G sharp to E. Is there any problem with G sharp to E anywhere else?
No.
Let's give it a listen.
There better not be.
By the way, I'm going to take this up an octave just so it sounds correct.
Why?
Because Sibelius puts the tenor line sounding an octave below it should. So don't write down what this has. It's the same thing, it's just up an octave so it sounds right. Here we go. Okay? Sounds fine. And it is.
Are those supposed to be like voices?
Yeah, they're bad MIDI voices.
Yeah.
I don't have a nice sound library loaded on this computer. At home, my Sibelius has a really nice sound library, so the voices sound like singers singing ah instead of like this.
Wow.
I don't-
Sounds like those,
I don't think it would be very hard to just record.
It
do you know
sound VST and sound font things. That's a universe, and it's a lot harder than you
Well,
think it
'cause
is.
really, you just go ah chromatically in the voice.
Yeah, which is true until it isn't. So anyway, we're not gonna. I don't want to get into this because this is gonna turn into a giant electronic music thing.
Do you know what the blob opera thing is?
The blob opera. I don't know what that is.
Oh my gosh.
Now there is one nice
It's on the
thing
Facebook page.
that Sibelius has in it that other programs don't, and that is it has a yell at you if you've done goofed things.
Oh.
So it will yell at you if it finds parallel fifths and octaves. So I'll tell it to check this section, and then we'll see what it spits out.
Oh, I'm pretty mad.
Does that
Oh,
one
it's not
sounded
this
like
one.
my dad?
You have a
Yay!
dad?
What happened?
So this passes. Yay, we did it.
Woo!
All right, let's do the last one together. Last one together. We're in the key of F minor, my favorite key.
Oh, we can make
Okay, this one's got 5 notes in it. Spicy. Spell a one chord F minor, go.
A flat.
A flat, C. F, A flat, C.
Again.
Okay, those triad races aren't for nothing. All right, so your one chord is F, A flat, C. We've got an F in the bass and an A flat up in the soprano. What do we definitely need to have? A C. Where do you want to put it? Alto or tenor?
Alto.
Show of hands, who wants it in alto?
Tenor.
Who wants it in tenor?
Tenor.
Tenor wins. All right, tenors have it.
Okay.
Okay.
Altos can meet my toes.
What?
Huh?
Okay. What do we want the altos to have then?
F.
Oof.
Oh.
F? All right, sure F. I'm fine with that. F.
You guys need to stop.
All right. What is the 7 chord, 7 diminished chord in F minor? Go.
Wait, I'm good.
Be careful.
E, G, B. I know that.
Okay. B what?
B flat.
Okay, you are correct. And it is E, not E flat.
Because I said B flat.
Oh, you did? Oh, in that case, you're wrong.
What? I don't even.
I'm gonna get
Oh,
flashbacks
flat.
to that.
Now, hold on a second.
Shut up.
So I gave the answer.
B double flat. It's B double flat. I know. I did this last month.
No, it's not. You're
What?
right.
What?
It's E, G, B flat. Now, why is it E and not E flat?
Because.
Is there an E in the key of F minor?
Yes.
No.
Well, not E. There's B flat though.
There is an E flat, but it's not E flat. It is E. Why is it E natural?
Because it's.
Oh, it's the thing.
It's the thing.
It is
harmonic
the
minor.
thing. It's the.
It's harmonic minor,
It's the
and
thing.
it's the leading tone, right?
Yeah. Okay. I forgot my name.
Now, so let's walk through this, because this is not the first time we've done this, but let's walk through this so that we understand the game, okay? Theory is hard, but I want to make sure that everybody understands this, so let's walk through it together slowly. Christopher, stay with me. Don't disassociate out of existence, please. Okay, so spell F minor for me. Just run the scale for me. F,
A flat. A
just the
flat.
scale, not the
F,
G,
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 A flat,
A flat,
B flat,
B flat,
C,
C,
D flat,
D flat,
E,
E
F,
flat, E flat,
flat,
F, and then over there.
I
Okay,
just forgot the
Hello.
alphabet again.
so,
All the things coming.
ba-boom. Now, instead of doing F minor, spell F harmonic minor. Okay? F, G,
A,
A flat, B flat,
B.
C,
C,
D.
D flat,
E,
E. Right? So let me play this for you. What's that one? Natural or harmonic?
natural.
That was natural. Right? Now I'm going to play harmonic. Okay?
When you did those exercises, will you turn around and you would play it with, can we start doing that again?
Yes, probably. Now, this, okay, is the scale that it's implying, because you can have in minor keys both E and E natural. We just did this in jazz band,
Yeah.
right? Exactly this. Now, if we build diatonically a chord off of E flat, what do we get diatonically? Spell a chord off with E flat as the root in this key.
E flat, B flat,
Not B flat,
E, B, B flat.
E, G,
B.
B flat. Okay, now that is E. What's that? It's major. Now if we build a key, diatonically off of E,
G sharp.
E, not G sharp, because there's no G sharp. There's no G sharp in that key.
A
It still has to
flat.
be diatonic. It's not F. It's still E, G, B flat. Because these are still diatonic notes, right?
Yeah.
But it changes this, instead of having the root of E flat to this, now when it's E natural, now it's this, which is what? Diminished. This is a major 7. This is a diminished 7
Yeah, because the seventh in harmonic minor is always a diminished.
in harmonic minor.
Yeah.
But not always. It can be major if it's going to use the non-raised leading tone. If it's going to use te instead of t,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Basically, in a minor key, like F minor, you could have E flat major or E diminished. And they're both kind of the correct chord. But you have to know which one is which. Kylie, how you doing? Stay with us.
So
Stay on
what
target.
what would like dictate which one you use?
What sound do you want? And okay. Hold on to your butts here for a second. You don't need to take notes here. I just want you to.
Sorry guys, I'm sorry.
No. This is a great question. So this connects exactly with what we were talking about yesterday, okay? But one of you asked the terrifying question of, can we have other things besides 5 chords be like 5 of something? And I said, oh boy, that's scary. Here it is. Now, let me introduce this to you.
That was
So-
the last time too.
A 5 of 5, so in the key of C, D major is the 5 that heads to G, that heads to 1, right? That's 5 of 5 to 5 to 1. D major, which is the 5 chord in G, that resolves to G, that's the 5 chord in the key of C. The other way that you can tonicize something, you don't need to understand this, just absorb, okay? Listen to the words and absorb. Instead of doing a 5 of 5, the other option is you can have a 7 of something. And the 7 of something is always going to be the diminished 7. And let me play you what it sounds like. So let's say we're going to do the 7 of 5 in the key of C. Well, 5 is G, okay, it's 5 chord. What it would be the diminished chord right before it? You find that by doing the leading tone into G. What's the leading tone if we were in the key of G? F sharp. Spell F sharp diminished.
F sharp, A, C sharp,
C flat.
C flat.
Okay? To this. To this.
What?
Okay? So you do a diminished. So that's a 7 of 5.
Yeah.
To 5 to 1.
It doesn't feel like it works.
It,
So
but
you're
how does it
going-
sound
You're
though?
going to F sharp to G.
F sharp diminished to G major
to the 5.
to C. So we're in the key of C. Okay? We're going to the 5 chord as our target chord.
Yeah.
But we're going to tonicize it with F sharp diminished to then G major to 1. So that's a 7 of 5. It's another way that you can like go out of the key to do something interesting sounding without it like being like drawing so much attention to yourself, like, hey now, what did you do? Right? Your ears are like, that's pretty chill. Let me put it in context for you. Here's a 1 chord, 4 chord. Oh boy! That's 7 of 7. Right?
Yeah.
You might, it is. Like, and it's like, oh, all right. So what I'm playing here is C major, F major, F sharp diminished, oh boy, G major, 1, right? That F sharp diminished is like pretending for a second that we're in the key of G, and I want to do the diminished 7, right? Into that. It's like really like doing the leading tone, but the leading tone superpowered by being a triad to that chord back to the duet.
So could we just stay in G?
You could. That would be a way that you could modulate into that key.
Okay.
That F sharp diminished could cue off that, oh, we're about to actually change keys, and then we go into G as our 1 chord, right? You could do that.
Okay.
But that wouldn't be a secondary, what's called a secondary 7th chord, which is what we just did. That would be what's called a pivot chord, which we're not ready to talk about yet. It's the same idea. It just, do you go off in a new key or do you stay, right? It's the exact same concept though.
Yeah.
Now, to answer the question that you just asked of, well, why would we use one or the other? Well, that's why. the 7 diminished chord, this chord, the one based off E natural, the funky chord, the T, where there's not supposed to be a T, that really makes you want to hear F as the root. Okay? Like, it's super powerful. It really wants, it's the same way that T, the note T, really, 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 really a whole bunch wants to go here. If I did this, so, sorry. Okay, instead of just playing that note, if I built a diminished triad off of it, right? Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That like, oh,
So it's like,
you've set this chord up, my ears tell me what I'm supposed to hear next. This sound tells me, like compels me to play this next.
Or you can be a heartless monster and not play that.
Yeah, but then you better have a mighty fine reason because your audience is going to get pissed off with you. That's how you make riots happen.
Yeah.
That's Stravinsky for you. Okay, that's what Stravinsky
Firebird.
Which,
Levi.
hey look, anytime you follow a 7 diminished, you bet be putting a 1 after it. What do we get?
One.
1.
second.
Well, in an inversion, but we get a 1. This is like real strong. So why would you use this when you want to make 1 happen like a lot, right? Because it's based off of T, not te. That was a lot that we just did there. How's your brain?
It's not been okay since
I feel a migraine.
Okay, we're almost done. Let's just finish this up.
I forgot the myself. I forgot the cheeses.
It's not even recorded.
Who am I? All right,
Yeah.
When do we have typewriter practices?
next Wednesday, yeah.
Just Wednesday.
Just
only
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Do you kind of like the old, like you, because you're gonna.
Wait,
wait.
What? I'm not gonna be gone.
No, please do not. Put this back over here.
Okay, let's spell this out. So, now we know what are the notes in this 7 diminished.
No.
No.
E natural,
E natural. G.
G,
B
I'm sorry.
flat.
B flat. We've got a G and a B flat. What do we have to have in this chord?
E.
E. Where should we put it?
Natty E. Tenor.
Tenor. Then the
We
alto.
should put it in.
No.
Some
Let the
No, they get the
song
personality
sing.
all right. That personality being
No.
they have to sing.
Nasty.
They have to sing a chromatic note. Getting wrecked, altos. Okay? Okay? Cool. What should our tenors do?
B flat.
Sure. B flat is fine.
Or,
B flat.
We have to have a B flat in here, right?
B flat.
We have to have a B flat. We don't have a B flat in here otherwise.
we just don't.
So B flat. So cool. We've got now E natural, G, and B flat. Cool. All right. Spell me a 1 chord in F minor. Go, 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 go.
Flat C.
Stop it.
F A flat C. It's a first inversion chord, so what's supposed to be in the bass?
My stomach hurts.
A flat.
A flat, and it is. I'm sorry your stomach hurts. All right. So we've got F there. So we need to have, what note do we have to have that we're currently missing?
I don't know, Smith.
C. C.
We are missing a C, so we have to have a C. What's probably the best place to put the C?
not the tenors.
Definitely the tenors.
Yes.
Okay. So what is our best choice then for our alto friends?
Nothing. They don't get
tenor
anything.
part.
Let him suffer.
F it is. E. Now, we need to be a little careful here. We've got 3 voices that are going the same direction, right? See, they're all going up by step. So let's make sure that we don't have any parallel things
We better
happening.
not roll through.
So, G to B flat, is that a perfect 5?
4, right?
It's a 3, but it doesn't matter. It's not a 5.
It's a 4 in my mind.
That's fine. What about G to E natural? Okay. And what about B flat to E flat? Is that a 5 or?
Oh, yeah.
It's not. We're okay, basically.
We better be.
All right, so we've only got 2 more chords left. We can do it. Stay on target.
Can we?
You can. Spell me a 2 chord in F minor, 2 diminished.
G. B
G,
flat.
B flat,
D flat.
D flat. Got it. Yeah. G, B flat, D flat. Okay. It's a first inversion chord, so it needs to be in the bass.
G, it is.
B flat, you said.
The one
and
that's
it
there.
is.
What's your bass class?
So, all right, we have a choice here. We could actually have our altos do something mildly interesting.
No.
Which would be what?
No.
We don't like alto.
It could be, we could have them go up the same note as sopranos. Now, here's a question. That means that this is going from F to F, where they're singing the same note, to G, singing the same note. Is that parallel octaves?
You killed me.
It's not. It's unison. Because they're singing like actually the same note. Now, you could do it, and it's not wrong, but there's a better answer. It's kind of boring, okay? So let's not have them go to G. What's another option for them to go to? G, B flat, D. What's another option? We could have them jump to a D. That's pretty wild for an alto part. My God, look at that.
We'll spice it up.
But okay. So then what does that mean that our tenor friends need to do here? We've got a B flat, a G, and a D covered, so we've got everything. So we can have them go to any part of the note. Where should we have them go? G?
Yeah.
That seems all right. That seems pretty chill. Oh, by the way, one more reason why this alto, E natural to F, had to go up. Why did it have to go up?
The leading.
The leading tone, yeah. The E natural is the leading tone. It is T in the key of F. And leading tones have to go up. All right, we're almost done. We've got the two diminished. Now we just need a 5 chord. 5 chord, F minor, begin. It's not E flat. Why is it not E flat?
Because it's major, it's C.
It has to be major.
I'm gonna throw up.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw you.
All right, so
Interesting.
we've already got the E natural up here and a C. So what part do we have to have?
G.
G. Hey, look, we've already got a G in Tenorland, so tenors get to honk onto that G a little longer.
They're gonna be an alto.
L.
All right, tenors, or our alto friends, where should they go? We've got a C,
Nope.
we've got an E natural and a G, so we get to choose.
C.
We could have them go to C. We could have them go to C.
C.
That seems like a really wild alto part to me. That seems just so complicated. I don't know if they're going to be able to handle that, like, emotionally.
I can't handle this question.
Here we go.
I have a fun for you. What do you call an anxious dinosaur?
I don't know.
A nervous wreck.
Let's listen to it again, shall we?
I'm a good guy, and then I have my, like, an epiphany, and I'm like,
You
wait
just
a minute,
realized something?
maybe society is bad.
Maybe humans are the
This is
monsters.
the turning point in the villain's story.
Sounds
Oh, there you go. It could be a redemption story.
Actually sounds like the
Redemption
It sounds like the earth is crumbling. The
The
earth
Yay,
is
no
crumbling.
parallel fifth rockets.
It's like
We did it. Now, technically speaking, we did just spend an hour to do 3 of these. And yeah, you've got 9 of these to do.
And yeah, you've got.
the last
I
two.
know what you
Good
did.
thing,
But,
good thing we have our next class next week.
correct, we have a weekend. And in reality, these are not as, like, it won't take you as long to do these. Because I won't be explaining them all to you. Now, hey, hold on, before we take a brain break, let's take a look at the things here. And I want you to go and look for all the minor key ones. So for 4 through 12, look and see which ones are in a minor.
3.
Circle them for me.
No. 3.
Okay? Just do it. This is to help yourself later in the future.
What are we doing?
Find the minor.
Find the ones that are in minor keys. Now, the ones that are in minor keys, I want you to look and see if you've got 7 chords in them. Like, do you have, like, Roman numeral 7? Not 7th,
Yeah.
but 7 chords.
There are.
Which one has the 7th chord in it? Yeah, number 5, the B minor one. So, hey, look at that and circle that 7 chord.
But there's also like the 2.
Because that one is going to have the exact same question that we had with this thing. Because that 7 chord is going to be based off of
key is going to be based on leading tone. So right now, what's the leading tone in B minor? A sharp. So you could right now, right on that 7 thing, right underneath it, A sharp, and you can know that, hey, we have to base that chord on A sharp. It has to be A sharp diminished. Is there another one? Is there another?
There's a 2 diminished.
Yeah, but 2 diminished aren't nearly as scary as 7 diminished in a minor key.
There's a 7 diminished in the E.
But that's an E major, right?
Okay, well,
So that's not a weird one.
I was just looking at it.
So number 5 is the only other one that's got funky in it, right? And now you just wrote down the answer to help yourself is A sharp. It's got to be A sharp diminished. Okay, and it does need to spell A sharp diminished, not B flat diminished. It's got to be A sharp. A sharp is a leading tone into B, not B flat into B. All right,
Are we supposed to be leaving
soon.
soon?
Yeah, you can have a brain break.
I'm gonna.
I'm fine with that, you know? Look at our free shoot.
Hey, I'm not supposed to have a meeting.
Lovely.
Mr. Barnes just gave it to me. I walked up to Adam. You can go now. I was like, just all good. You can give me the taking notes.
Oh. That's what we need.
You know, I
You know, I think it's from them called Living Life. Dye your hair blue next.
B, E,
I'm
and D flat.
move across the tip, okay?
B,
I'm thinking really
E,
hard.
D flat.
The toilet flush.
What's the note?
B, D, and E flat.
Or E flat. Feels like a toilet flush. I hope this recorded all the way through. Did this stop recording? No, it's still recording. Bye, Ben. Bye, Kaden. Oh, God.
start crying. Oh my god. This is my fault. Smith, this is I'm gonna start crying. Smith, is it too late to drop out of the class?
Yes.
Is it too late?
It's lovely. This lens has got some nice bokeh on it. Here, I'll hold this here and you can look at it. It's lovely.
Well, we have the sound in the back.
That's nice.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's still filming.
This better go in the video.
There's no, it's on autofocus, so you'd have to. The aperture control is here.
Where's the zoom?
Oh, there's no, this is a prime.
Oh.
Yeah, it's fixed. We're making art, Reagan.
My sister and it's looking to be you. Because I don't. Just show up to your guys'
It smells like creep.
Yes, that's what was on the floor. And we decided, yeah, let's do it. Mr. Beastie. I hate this class so much.
Hold on. You gotta like.
Give it some room.
You're way too close to it. That won't focus on you.
Good.
Way too close.
It's so bad. That was a wild one.
What was that?
I don't know what you.
Is that your heart monitor?
Are you okay?
Do we need to also post this on the band website?
No, shut up.
What's wrong
Okay,
with your
I
heart?
think we're
Did they
done making
tell
art.
you?
No,
Okay, goodbye, people who are absent. I hope that you're doing okay.
Today's Thursday. I got Tuesday.
Oh, it did grab focus. That's a shame.
Hey,
That's
Smith,
very intense.
Make sure you send this to me. This has to go in the.
It
has to be in.
it'll be on the thing, as they all are.
It has to be in.
Except for that one.
Do y'all check the out of context?
I haven't looked at it recently.
I